Good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world and whatever time it is that you're watching this. We are back. I am here with Port Phillip, the Port Phillip, and Curls. And we're going to preview the
Whack.
Ballarat Cup today. So now, first of all, boys, I just wanted to start by saying I've been doing a little bit of admin here, would you believe? And I've just noticed that $250,000 was spent from the Bloodstock team in Karaka, the ready to runs. Is that right, or is that a typo?
Yeah, we bought a three-quarter sister to Brambles, Shane, who PG Moody of Nose Roll fame had a lot of success with. I think he won the Queensland Derby maybe, but he did run well in the Caulfield Cup and the Melbourne Cup. Paid 160K for her, NZ. So you do the math there. She heads to Gavin Bedgood. She was a really nice filly. She's got a nice bit of residual. She ticked all the boxes we wanted. Very clean vet, etc., etc. Yeah, so we race her with Gav Jesus Bedgood.
Indeed, we do. We also have a done deal gelding joining the team. It's out of a half sister to Smart Melody, who was a freak before she got injured. So plenty happening there on his page, but more importantly, as some of you guys will know, I've been doing a lot of work with Tom Wilson at Racing Squared, who does the video algorithm on biomechanics of the horse's walk and pedigree rating, and this horse was a top 10 walker out of the sale, so in the elite category. And it's his breeze up time was very sharp too, in 10.6. It was one of the quicker breeze ups. At no point in time did I anticipate would be able to buy this horse. I thought it'd make more based on the information that we had, and it was knocked down to us for 130 NZ dollars. So it's also horse will also go to Gavin, and why wouldn't they? He's completely airborne. He's done a magnificent job with the horses that we've purchased, and we felt it's the right time to try and buy some better quality to give to Gav rather than just getting him to recycle horses. We thought that he certainly deserved an opportunity with a fresh start with some horses under his tutelage from early days. So really looking forward to see what the great man can do, and hopefully he can sprinkle a bit of magic on these couple of purchases. And
if you want to find out anything more about these, Jono, JONO at the mailbag.com.au to register your interest. We'll be out probably first half of next week with the actual information, but you can reserve shares whenever you please. Gab, let's talk about the time on at Ballarat Cup.
The 2,000 metre Sportsbet Ballarat Cup. Wow. Aren't we in for a good one here? So the market's sort of only favouring two horses, and that's Banker's Choice and a Tissue. We've got Polly Grey slightly in the market, probably next, and then Grand Slam, followed by probably Bermudez. The rest are $20 plus. Jack, Speedmap, ideas, anything you like?
Track's currently a soft 7. There's rain predicted. So I think they're keeping Polly Grey. I'm keeping Polly Grey a little bit safe because the wetter the better for that horse. I think Desert Icon, and Grand Slam can roll across. Desert Icon just kick up from 3. Polly Grey, Grand Slam roll across from the wide draws. Bermudez, thereabouts with Lord Bloodstock. Ciurleo missed somewhere near that. I think the midfield sort of horses are Future Score, a Tissue, Flash R, and Banker's Choice. The rest further back. Foxy Frida not last, but just sort of near it. The market's sort of hovering around the big steamer on Cup week, which was a Tissue who won really, really well for J-Mac. It goes J-Mac to D. Oliver. And Banker's Choice coming out of those good races behind My Oberon, and then started $51, but it was only 3.3 lengths off Zaki winning the Champion Stakes there at Flemington. So it's a proper race, proper form line. This is a big drop in class for that horse. So they're the two the market's sort of focused on. The horse that interests me the most early on, outside of the obvious, are the 5 Grand Slam for Ethan Brown and the Colt Kieran Mart, Dave Eustace. I think it'll roll forward from 13. I reckon they might have a day out on Sunday at Ballarat, the team there at CMR. I thought that Foxy Frida probably a little bit tight in the market. D Oliver off. I don't know where it gets to from 7. I thought I like the look of Flashar's map, but then you dig a little bit deeper, it's sort of 16, 16, 16 now to 2000. So yeah, I've landed on Grand Slam number 5, Grand Slam, $12 elsewhere, $10 baggybet.com. Gamble responsibly. Download the app, gamble responsibly. Shane?
Yeah, I've completely lost. No J-Mac, no Jamie, no Willow. Like, I was wondering how Oliver's on a tissue now. I've realised that those 3 aren't here. What a debacle this is. Like, they just go-tos, like easy. Yeah. Now we've got a tissue who you can't bet because the price has already gone off, right? Price has gone off. It's 360. It's Waller.
Yeah. And the other thing's John Allen inside draw.
I'm talking a tissue.
Tissue. Yeah, and then the other thing in the market though is John Allen inside draw off a huge SP for great form lines.
No, the grey up for Banker's Choice is that whole race behind Zaki, and that was its first go at 2000, and it's had about how many lifetime starts, like enough, and that was its first go at 2000. So do you bonus that because it only got beat 3, or was it like, I don't know, was it just like a Sunday session after the grand final? Was it Mad Monday for a few runners in that race because they'd had their grand final Cox Plate day? I don't know. It's grey to me.
It's yet to win in Australia off 8 attempts.
So it's all a bit grey.
A lot of them at group 1 or 2 level though.
And then you've got the one that's sort of like ready to peak on its preferred surface is Polly Grey. With Mellon, ready to peak this prep. I'm not saying like life.
So basically, because J-Mac and Willow and Jamie Carr have gone, you're going to revert to just figuring out Waller.
Yeah, well, like
yeah.
There's only going to be one. There's only going to be 2 outcomes here: I die or I sort Waller out. Like I'm going to get rich or die trying sorting that stable out. One way or another, I'll get to the bottom of it. That's how it is. Lifetime quest. Hashtag lifetime quest. Hashtag life goals.
Personally, I'm just going to stick with a tissue. I think she was really, really dominant last start. I know we've got a bit of a jockey change there, but yeah, I think she's a smart one. And yeah, Polly Grey, obviously, if it's wet. But yeah, that's probably all I have from that race. Not much depth, but yeah,
it's a yuck race. Terrible.
Does anyone give a hope to the 9 Ciurleo miss?
I don't know about that.
I'd be with the tissue over Ciurleo miss, to be honest.
Well, the track might play some advantage there, but like if it gets wet, it could help her. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really sort of like greyed up. The market's going to dictate what I feel about a tissue at jump time. Could be.
So if a tissue's soft, you're off. If a tissue firms, you're just going to shoulder arms.
No, I'll back it because it's firmed, and I'll say, "Geez, how good's this?" Follow Betfair. Don't do form on these runners.
All right.
I mean, it had the runner. It had the perfect run. The last start, the money was like a complete avalanche of money, and it's jumped and landed in the perfect spot for the first time in its life. Like how?
The run prior was really full of merit as well, though.
Yeah, well, I was on at 31, so that pissed me off even more. Anyway, sorry.
But that's all right. Hopefully one of us has found a winner there, and I hope it's me. But
it'll be me, Polly Grace.
Again, we're going to go back to my strong point of the last week, which is the best and value.
She's slotting straight in, isn't she? Like Dutch running herself.
Not a little bad, little bad head bobble there. Hey, Gab, how was your best bet and best value last week? What were they again?
Mine?
Yeah, what were yours again? Your best and your value last week?
Kissing jar up against Port Phillip.
That's
that
right.
4.5 kilo weight swing did him the world of good. So that was very, very exciting. And Northern Express in Queensland was great. Got a gap, and
I did too.
It was a perfect scenario.
And well done Northern Express. That Northern Express was the 100th winner that I wasn't on, that I backed the start prior. this month.
This year. Yeah.
It's not going to be the last either, I wouldn't imagine.
Honestly.
Anyway, to my best today is going to be Sunny Coast Race 1, number 1, Boom Star in the 2-year-old. He's a really smart colt, this horse. He ran a really good strong second, shall I say, behind Freeman last start in Brisbane, and stepping out to the 1,200 metres is going to do him the world of good there. My each way, we're then going to go to race 9 at the Sunny Coast, and number 8, which is Anathol. He's coming off a run in the Kosciuszko, which was relatively average, but he reared as soon as they started, as soon as they jumped, and that sort of just completely threw the race away. The start before that, he was up against a couple of starts before that, up against Nature Strip in the shorts, which he was really quite good there, 4.5 lengths behind him. So I think he's found a good race here if he doesn't carry on or anything, and he can be shooting down that Sunshine Coast straight at $9.50.
Fair shout, Gab. Fair shout.
Shane?
Yes. What's my best? I don't want to copy Bailey's tip here. Bailey made a good case on the Queensland show for this complete moral at the Sunny Coast, and when I looked a bit deeper, he's 100% right. Watch the Queensland show if you want that one. Yes, I've landed on Ballarat race 9 at number 5, Nicolini Vito. It's a horse that I know that we have spoken about many times on the Mailbag on the shows over the last, I don't know how long, maybe a couple of months. But yeah, I thought it's a slightly easier race. The early favourites are Do You Punk, that has Carleen on, the 15, so I penned it. And then
yesterday, holy hell.
And then the second favourite was Snapper, who was a medium of solid support, I think they say in the media, last start when winning. Well backed.
It started $31.
No, it was like 51s into 21s or something. It was medium of solid support when leading all the way, and has drawn gate 1 to do it again. So obviously the track conditions, if it stays in that soft range, I think suits Nicolini Vito, and I can see them sort of scooting down the centre of Sportsback Park, Ballarat straight there. And nice horse, gets D Oliver. Don't even know what that means anymore, but Craig's off, which would be a red tick on the data that we use. But easy assignment, $10, great bet. It's my best bet on the card at the each way price.
I thought King of Hastings was a good bet in that race as well. They're both big prices.
Yeah.
My best. I think this thing's a really easy bet to have. I think it might be one of the biggest steamers on the day. It's race 10, the lucky last, number 1, Detonator Jack. It was very, very good, punching through a hole and gapping them really at Flemington.
Electric.
Not nice gap between runs. I think the stable's going to have a massive day. I think Ice Pick Nickel in race 4 as well. You could have a double there, and I reckon they'll pinch the Ballarat Cup with Grand Slam. So I'm all aboard the Kieran Davis's train on Saturday at Ballarat, but I think you can get out of trouble if you're in it with race 10, number 1, Detonator Jack.
Geez, I really hope they have a big day at the stable too. I'm not sure whether anyone watching follows me on Twitter, but I had just putting the Mercedes through a car wash Tuesday, I think it was, and I looked up and here's a bloke in what looked like the Godolphin kit, and I swear it was Kieran Maher, so I snuck a photo and chucked it on Twitter. If you haven't seen it, at Toowoomba Tips, I swear it was Kieran washing cars in Toowoomba by hand with a chamois. So I hope the fortune turns and we'll have a good day, Ballarat Cup Day.
Well, that's us for today, punters. If we haven't found you a winner there, then we'll just rebuild next week pretty much. So
there's winners there, Gab.
To everyone.
Gab, there's plenty of winners there, and you filled their boots last week. So full credit to you, and everyone have a phenomenal weekend. And remember, if you want to race horses with us, good horses, these horses gallop, they're fast. Jono, Jono at themailbag.com.au. A Zavabil, Philly, and a done deal gelding. Bye for now.
Guys, bye.
Thanks.